ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजना सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपात्महं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणां। जय श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृन्द। हरेर्नाम 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 एव केवलं कलो नास्त्येव 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 गतिरन्यथा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. It is my pleasure to be amongst you all today. What is the topic? You send it on WhatsApp or what? Somebody? Topic today.
Practicing spirituality steadily in ups and downs.
Hare Krishna. Practicing spirituality steadily in your ups and downs. Yes. So, in the Nectar of Instruction, Upadeshamrut, Rupa Goswami, he gives several verses, several shlokas, instructions, which are called as nectar, in which he says, Utsahat nishchayat dhairyat tat karma pravartanat sangatyagat satovrutte shadbir bhaktir prasiddhyati. So, and before that he says, Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam jivva vegam udaropasta vegam etan vegan yo vishaheta dhira sarvam apimam prithvim cha shishyat. And then next shloka, third shloka, he says, Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha jana sangascha lolyam cha shadbir bhaktir vinashyati. Prasiddhyati and vinashyati. The principles of Krishna consciousness, very difficult to follow, but are very simple. The basic rules of life are very, very simple. But those simple rules are very difficult to follow. When I was teaching engineering subjects, of course I do also teach now, there were two important subjects which I used to teach. One was called as Power Electronics 1 and another was Power Electronics 2. Power Electronics 1 is the basic power electronics, the fundamental power electronics. You need not have to know what is power electronics. That is not required to know. The point I was trying to say is like this. Power electronics 1 covers the fundamental concepts of that subject, which are the core, which are the very, very core in order to understand the subject, in order to apply the subject, analyze the subject, synthesize the subject, do some knowledge creation in that subject, open your company, design a product, sell the product. They are very, very important because they are the core. There was another subject, power electronics 2, which we also call as advanced power electronics, which had basically the applications of power electronics 1, little advanced subject. Surprising thing was that power electronics 1 was in semester 1, that is 7th semester, and power electronics 2 was in the 8th semester. Number of failures in power electronics 1 was 60%. Passing percentage was only 40%. And power electronics 2 passing percentage was 80-90%. So what is the problem? Why it was so? Because the fundamentals are very difficult. They are very simple, but they are very difficult. So similarly, in bhakti, we may have many problems in life. Sorry, in bhakti, Krishna consciousness life. Many, many problems. But the solution is one. The solution is simple. The same solution. You ask any prashna, any question in Krishna consciousness related life, the answer is the same. Only devotees who are giving class, they present it in a different way, that's all. If you go to South India, what you eat is idli. What you eat is dosa. What you eat is uttappam. What you eat is rasam rice. What you eat is sambar rice. What you eat is curd rice. What is common in all? Rice. All the appam. There is appam. There is guntapangalu. That's short. Anyone knows guntapangalu? You know? You are Telugu? Okay. And I'm just asking because it's a Telugu item. Small like this. There is a black, small pot like. There are some holes in that, and you put that batter in that, and then you get guntapangalu. There is a appam, this much size. It is made of coconut. Very tasty. There is uttappam. Uttappa, then dosha. And dosa, there are many. Rava dosa and so dosa. Upma is also there. But in all the basic ingredients is rice only. But what is the difference? Presented in different way. The same rice presented in different ways. So similarly, Krishna consciousness is like that. Same, many questions, same answer. If you give the same answer in the same language, devotees say, oh, what is this? Prabhuji is telling simple things. But if you modify it, make it little complicated, make it little, difficult, then we'll have very nice answer, I will write down. When I was in a hostel of COEP during my engineering days, there was no social media, there was no televisions, nothing. There was television, but it was available only there was a TV room and we used to go and watch television on Saturdays and Sundays. Other times there was no point, there was no time only. We used to hear a lot of radio that time. Radio was very popular and people used to have different types of radio, big radio, small radio, varieties of radio, designs in radio because that was the only available media. So there was one channel or one radio station called as Vivid Bharati. So it is also there today. Vivid Bharati, it used to start right at 6 or 5 a.m. in the morning and used to go up to 11:30 a.m. in the night. There were many programs called as Api Ke Geet, Eki Pankar, Bela Ke Phool, Jai Mala for Fauji Bhai, and so on. Eki Pankar means they used to play songs of one kalakar, some singer or some music director or some actor. Bela Ke Phool means something they used to present. The program's name was different. But what was being played? Songs. Only songs were played. So Krishna consciousness is like that. We have different names for our festival. We have yatras, We have Janmashtami, we have Gaur Purnima, we have morning program, we have evening program, we have Bhagavatam class, we have Bhagavad Gita class, we have satsangs, we have meetings, we have varieties of picnics, recreation. What is our ingredient? श्रवण कीर्तन. वहाँ पे कोई लेक्चर देगा, कुछ अभिषेक होगा, कोई डांस करेगा, कोई कीर्तन करेगा और प्रसाद खाएंगे. ये 5 आइटम रहते ही है. देयर इज एन अभिषेकम और दर्शन, देन देयर इज क्लास. वी गिव डिफरेंट नेम्स. भागवतम क्लास, भगवद गीता क्लास, नेक्टर ऑफ इंस्ट्रक्शन क्लास, भक्ति शास्त्री क्लास, भक्ति वैभव क्लास, IDC क्लास. बट व्हाट वी डू इन दैट इज कृष्ण कथा. So there is a class, there is darshan, there is japa, there is kirtan, and there is prasad. Plus 5 acts. Kuch nahi. So similarly, whatever prashnas you have, whatever questions you have, there are many questions which are very difficult to answer. It appears, but they are very simple to answer. But what is problem is, the question is very difficult, the answer is very simple, but what is the problem? Very difficult to follow. Understand is also very easy. Follow is very difficult. Like for example, if the one rule is that one should chant, Prabhupada said about chanting. What all Prabhupada said about chanting?
99% advancement.
99% of our advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on our, no, not chanting. Who said that? Quality of chanting. Chanting is very easy. Chanting is very easy. That machine will also chant. But what is difficult is, which chanting is difficult? I am telling you those things with which I am struggling. Right? What is difficult is quality chanting. Chanting comes under which of the Navavida Bhakti? Kirtan. So we make a mistake here. We think that chanting is Kirtan. Yes, chanting is definitely Kirtan, but chanting is it is not Kirtan alone, it is more importantly, it is Shravana. It is Shravana. No, I can play lectures of different sannyasis, Maharaj, Prabhupada, Acharyas. I can play Kirtans of various devotees. But if you see some 200 years back, were there such medias? No. In order to hear Hare Krishna, and you are there, what was the solution? Chant Hare Krishna and hear. That was the only way. You have to chant and hear. That's all. So basically Hare Krishna was chanted not to chant only. Yes, it is chanting, but it is more importantly hearing. In order to hear, kahan se aayega dhvani? Where from the dhvani will come? The transcendental sound will come. You have to only utter it and it will come. So chanting. What else Prabhupada said about chanting? Very simple. Chant in the... I didn't get it. Sorry. Chant and hear. Yes, chant and hear. Very nice. Chant and hear. Perfect. So this is what we said. Chant and hear. So,
Chant, be happy.
Oh, first we chant and hear. Let us say one more sentence. You said different. Kya? Happy said. Kya? Oh, very nice. I heard. Chant and hear. So you have to chant and hear. If you don't hear, then that is not chanting. Then yes, what is this? What is it? Chant and be happy. Chant and be happy. Yes. What else Prabhupada said?
Chant in the association of devotees.
Chant in the association of devotees. Very nice. What else? Chant in Brahma Murta. So if these things are not happening, then we are not chanting. We are not chanting. So chanting in Brahma Murta. Again, I will come to one analogy. I was very fond of cricket, but surprisingly, last 5 years, I am getting completely disinterested in cricket. Last 26 years, 27 years, and I am 28 years now in Krishna consciousness, 1996. But seriously started in 1998. Because I got association of devotee directly in 1998. So the rule of cricket are very simple. I used to just keep track of what's happening in cricket world earlier, after coming to Krishna consciousness. But 4 or 5 years, I am not aware that there is a World Cup also. So the cricket rules are very simple. For the bowlers, bowl wicket to wicket. Just straight. Bowl on the stumps. Don't bowl it leg side or offside. If you bowl it on the leg side, it's wide. If you bowl it on the offside, the bowler will hit, batsman will hit, because there is no chance of getting out. Bowled. Then, for the batsman, build partnerships. You have to build partnership. In the cricket, the more the partnerships are there, the more the score is likely to be there. If wicket keeps falling, then rotate the strike. You heard this? Rotate the strike. How many of you know cricket? Cricket नाम का game है ऐसा किसी को बोलो. Rotate the strike means if you are not able to score, just take a single and go at the other end. If you are afraid of a bowler, then just take a single and go at the other end. So what is that called as? Rotate the strike. Build partnerships. Bowl wicket to wicket. Latch on to anything that is nearby. जो भी catches win matches. The recent World Cup which India won, it was also because of that catch only, right? This Surya Kumar Yadav, he catch a very fantastic, extraordinary, brilliant catch. So catches wins matches. I'm not here to tell you about cricket coaching, but so similarly, these are 4 things I told you, and there are similar 4 things in Krishna consciousness. First is bowl wicket to wicket. Bowl wicket to wicket means follow your schedule perfectly. Follow your schedule perfectly. If you want to chant in Brahma Murta, then first thing you have to do every day without fail is chant in the Brahma Murta. Now, how to be study in Krishna consciousness in ups and downs in your life? So the first solution is be disciplined in your schedule. And which schedule? What is most important thing in Krishna consciousness? Chanting. If you are doing everything, you are dancing in kirtan, if you are giving donation, doing book distribution, doing fund collection, doing sevas, but you are not chanting, will he be a devotee? He won't be counted as a devotee. But if he is chanting 16 rounds and not doing any other things of this, still he is counted as a devotee. And such devotees have got Diksha also. Of course, the 4 regulative principles, other things are there. And even after Diksha, if they are not doing other things, book reading and other things, they are still counted as a devotee because they are chanting. So chanting is very important. So this, how to remain steady in Krishna consciousness in the ups and downs of your life. So there are many questions in the world which say that how this works, how that works, how to do this, like that. But there is another question that is called as why. Why to do this? For all the questions which begins with how, the answer is universal. And what is that universal answer? I will tell you. Now, this has been gone in my heart and brain and mind. This discussion with Bhakti Rasamrut Swami Maharaj. That time he was Devamrut Prabhu. It was in Radha Kunj Bihari temple and he was giving a class. And that time we used to have an evening class whenever a guest used to come. There was no NVCs that time. So one devotee asked him, Maharaj, or Prabhuji, whatever, Maharaj now will say, how to get up early in the morning? So Maharaj said, by getting up early in the morning. Because the question begins from how. If Maharaj would have told, for to get up in the morning, we have to sleep early. Then the next question will he ask, Maharaj, how to go to bed early in the early? Then if he says, eat less, eat early. Maharaj, how to eat less and how to eat early? So this how Shrunkla will never end. How Shrunkla will never end. So all the questions in the world which begins with how will end with answer of do it. How to get up in the morning, early in the morning? By getting up. How to sleep early? By sleeping. How to eat less? By eating less. How to eat early? Eating less. How to chant attentively? By chanting. How to come to morning program? By coming. Is there any other answer? Otherwise you will keep answering question afterward. प्रभु जी फिर भी doubt है, आपने इतना बोला, ऐसा बोलेंगे. If the how questions are answered like that, no? Do this, do that, do that, do this. But then the next question comes, why to get up in the morning? That this is to be answered. Then you tell me, why do we get up in the morning? Because we have to chant Hare Krishna. we have to come to morning program. The next question, why to come to morning program? Of course, this is also a shrunkla. But this is a philosophy is coming now. Because Krishna is our Swami. Jivera Swarup hoye Nityera Krishna Das. Why we are Krishna's Das? We are Das, that's all. There is no answer to this. We are Das. So, now you answer this question. How to remain steady in Krishna consciousness in spite of ups and downs in your life? What is the answer? By remaining steady in Krishna consciousness instead of your ups and downs. Now the question is not this. This is not an appropriate questions. Like I heard, this is a question where the answer is in the question itself. How to remain steady in Krishna consciousness? What is the answer? By remaining steady in Krishna consciousness. In my very school days, there was a great movie of Indian film industry, which became all-time hit. That was called as Sholay. I didn't watch it that time because I was not allowed to watch movie. But when I grew up, I watched that movie. That time, this question of how to remain steady in Krishna consciousness is irrelevant because the answer is in the question itself. And there was a very famous dialogue in Sholay where the question itself has the answer. Tumhara naam kya hai Basanti? that was a very famous dialogue. Tumhara naam kya hai Basanti? What's your good name, Prabhu? Tumhara naam kya hai Sandeep? So the answer is in the question itself. But the question, what is the relevant question to ask about steadiness in Krishna consciousness? Why to remain steady in Krishna consciousness in spite of ups and downs in your life? If this question is answered, then the other questions are automatically answered. If to a 10th standard boy we say, why to study sincerely? And if he understands why to study, if you study sincerely, then you will make your career. If you make your career, you will get a good job. If you get a good job, then you will get good money. If you get good money, then you will live a happy life. Of course, this is all illusion, but still, in material world, only these are the questions and these are to be answered. How to study? How to study? The student will find out. How to study? See, there are students who know why to study. They are very passionate. They are very committed. They are very missionaries in their domain. And they find somehow time. Somebody gets up in the morning. Like for example, I used to get up in the morning. My schedule in the 12th was very dangerous. I used to come from college at 5:30. I used to sleep at 5:30 by eating heavy prasad. And get up at 11 p.m. 11 p.m. 5.5 घंटा सो के और 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. I used to study. So once you know that how it is important to study, how to study, the boy will find out. Why to marry? If that is the question, then that can be answered. And how to marry? Is it a question? You tell me, is it a question? It is not at all a question. Whom to marry may be a question. And that question remains always a question. Because to think that this girl is good and that girl is good, that girl is good, this girl is good, is not a good question. It's not a good thinking at all. Similarly, from girl's point of view, this boy is good, that boy is good, is not a good point at all. So now we will come to this of why to remain steady in Krishna consciousness in spite of ups and downs in your life. I say, I rephrased it, I think. So for that, we have to be sincere in Krishna consciousness. Because philosophically we have understood why we have to remain steady. Is there any question that why we have to remain steady in Krishna consciousness for any devotee? But there are two things in Sanskrit. One is called as jnana and another is called as vijnana. What is jnana? Jnana is knowledge. And what is vijnana? Realized knowledge, which in other words is called as, there is an equivalent word to realized knowledge called as wisdom. Wisdom. In the qualities of a Brahmana, what are the qualities of a Brahmana? No, they are the duties of a Brahmana. In the 18.42, Shama, Dama, Tapa, Shaucham, Shantim, Arjavam, Evacha, Jnana, Vijnanam, Astikyam. So if you see Jnana, Vijnanam, so Vijnanam, Prabhupada has translated as wisdom. Realized knowledge and wisdom. So we are theoretically, so why question has two answers. One is a theoretically answered why, and one is understood why. And theoretically understood why, right? But that why, whether it is understood, theoretically understood, if it is applied in our life, that becomes wisdom. That becomes wisdom. So in why also, for any question which is why, which begins with why, there are two answers. One is the knowledge, simply understanding of why, the answer why. And another is the realized. I am getting clear this? So you know why to remain Krishna, study in Krishna consciousness, because Krishna is our supreme. We are rotting in this material world. We are caught in the cycle of birth and death. We are in the samsara chakra. We are suffering in the material world. Krishna is our supreme father. Jivera Swarup Hoye Krishnera Nitya Das. We are the Das of Krishna. And then our purpose of our life is to achieve Krishna Prema. Like that. So this we know why to do Krishna consciousness, but this is understood only theoretically. A 2 years boy in ISKCON will also answer this question. We see there are many YouTubers, there are many Instagrammers who have, there is one Bhagwan Prabhu also, Chota Bacha. Bhagwat Prabhu, kya? Bhagwat Prabhu. I'm not watching his reels, but sometimes they get popped. So he also gives very nice class. भोग लगाइए, खाइए, कृष्णा को लगाइए, तुलसी डालकर, like that he said. Of course, he must be a divine soul, but he is a 2 to 3 years boy, maybe 5 years boy. But in ISKCON, a 2 years boy can also speak. And a person who is 50 years old but has come to Krishna consciousness since 2 years back can also give a very good lecture on why to practice Krishna consciousness. But what is the difference between when great sannyasis and Prabhupada disciples and acharyas tell, and when we ordinary devotees tell? We are missing the wisdom part of it. We do not have realization of it. We do not mean it. We mean only bookish. Like that story Prabhupada used to tell, and once Gopal Champa Prabhu told it in the class. The way he narrated, it was very, touching. I may not be able to tell the way he told, but still I will try to tell that story. There were some birds, and they had their baby birds. And they have told them, parents, that shikari aayega, जाल बुनेगा, जाल में क्या फंसना नहीं, जाल में अटकना नहीं, like that. And then दाना डालेगा, sorry, शिकारी आएगा, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, और क्या फिर दाना के लिए ललचाना नहीं, जाल में अटकना नहीं, like that. Then they goes, parents, and the baby birds are chanting, शिकारी आएगा, जाल बिछाएगा, दाना डालेगा, दाल में फंसना नहीं, जाल में अटकना नहीं. And the shikari comes, जाल बिछाता है, दाने डालता है. They are shouting that, they are praying that, they are singing that, but they are going in the net. And they are eating the dana, and the shikari is catching them. While taking them also, they are singing, shikari आएगा, दाना खाएगा, दाना डालेगा, जाल बिछाएगा. So So devotees are not able to follow. मॉर्निंग प्रोग्राम उठना है, ब्रह्म मुहूर्त पे चैंटिंग करना है, प्रभुपाद के बुक 2 घंटे पढ़ना है, डिवोटीज को ऑफेंड नहीं करना है, 4 नियम पालन करना है, मंगल आरती अटेंड करना है, सेवा करना है, संग करना है, ए फॉर एसोसिएशन, डी फॉर बुक रीडिंग, सी फॉर चैंटिंग, डी फॉर डीटी वर्शिप, डी फॉर धामवास, डी फॉर डाइट, ई फॉर एंगेजमेंट, सब हो रहा है, लेकिन कर रहे कुछ नहीं है। दाना डालेगा, जाल बिछाएगा, माया आएगी, दाना डालेगी, जाल बिछाएगी, दाने के लिए ललचाना नहीं, माया के जाल में फंसना नहीं। And Maya doesn't come only as that Laksha Hira prostitute. The name of the prostitute which came to allure Haridas Thakur was Laksha Hira. And there were many saints, great devotees. For their allurement, prostitute only came. Like Tukaram Maharaj also a prostitute came. And most of their name was Laksha Hira only. Maybe that time it was a very common name and a very common practice to defame the devotees. So Maya may not come like directly Maya Devi when she came to test Haridas Thakur the second time. You remember that? Second time. But the first time when that Ramchandra Khan, he wanted to defame Haridas Thakur because his popularity was growing. This Ramchandra Khan, the name is Khan, but that was a designation. He was a Bengali Brahman. He was a Hindu. He was a Bengali Brahman. Later on he becomes a good devotee. So this Ramchandra Khan had deputed this Laksha Hira to will come. When there is a inauguration or there is some very big function in IITs or that AIMS, All India that medical sciences, All India Institute of Medical AIMS, right? All India Institute of Medicals. When there is some big function and they invite Narendra Modi, Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, he will come personally. So Haridas Thakur is like that AIMS and IIT. To test him, Maya Devi will personally come. But when it comes to colleges in Pune, like Trinity, Hills, Simagad, some local mantri corporate is enough. So we are that college, like So these aims and other things are like Sutli bomb, and we are like those tikliya, which makes more sound only. That sound is like fan is rotating like that sound. So for us, Maya Devi will not come. Maya will come in the form of tempting prasad. That atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha. And Maya Devi will come is in the form of nidra. Nidra lasya hata akarya virata. Sukarya virata akarya udyogyami. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has told in that song. Amara jivan sada papirata nahika punyera lesha. Parera udveka jiyachi diyachi kata diyachi jivera klesha. So Maya is coming as in these forms which Bhaktivinoda Thakur is staying in this song. So what we have to do is not to do like those birds did. Maya aayegi, jal bichayegi. We are in the jal of Maya, but still we are narrating the story in a big pravachan. Maya aayegi, jal bichayegi, atakna nahi, and we are already atke hue usme. So the fundamentals of Krishna consciousness, and for that matter any subject of this world. So Krishna consciousness is also a science, and other things are also science. Science means there is a procedure. Now I will ask you whether Krishna consciousness is a science or an art. Yes, what's your answer? Somebody told and that he is right. Safer answer is both. No, cooking Puran Poli today is Dashera. Dashera we make Shrikhand, Puran Poli like that. In Maharashtra at least. How many of you are Maharashtrians? Okay. So in Maharashtra we make today Shrikhand Puri. Even I have Shrikhand Puri menu today at my place. Some devotees are coming. They might have arrived also from Bangalore. So, or Puran Poli we make. I will take the example. How many of you know Puran Poli? Puran Poli no. If you do not eat Puran Poli from a Maharashtrian person's hand, then you will never understand what is Puran Poli. Like for example, no, in Pune, Puran Poli is very delicious. Real Puran Poli. Tasty. So Puran Poli cooking is a science or an art? It's both. There's a process. इतना इतना दाल लो, इतना इतना दिन भिगाओ, उसमें इतना गुड़ डालो, उसमें उतना आटा लो, आटा इस तरह से गूंदना है उसको ये करना है, इस तरह सेकना है, उसमें घी लगाना है. If you do not know the procedure, can you cook Puran Poli? No. So what on YouTube recipe channels they tell you the science of cooking Puran Poli. Every ingredient they tell to the minute details. But even if you follow the YouTube recipe channel, and if you take the ingredient perfectly well, in the same proportion, and given to 10 people, and if they cook the same Puran Poli, will you think that the same Puran Poli will taste the same? No, because there is something called as art. So similarly, Krishna consciousness is a science or art? It is both science and art. So making Puran Poli is both science and art. So making Krishna consciousness is a science and art. There is a science. Get up early morning, do chanting A, B, C, D, 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 E. Is Krishna consciousness. Right? But still it's an art. Because how to follow it? Every devotee is chanting 16 rounds in the Brahma Murta if you come to the temple. But do you think that the effect is the same? The chanting quality is the same? Like Puran Poli quality is not the same, even though the same ingredients are there. Brahma Murta, all are chanting on Brahma Murta. All are chanting 16 rounds. All are chanting on beats. All are chanting in association. But what is the difference? There is one more ingredient that designs the art of chanting Hare Krishna. That decides the art of chanting Hare Krishna. So it's an art. It's an art to chant. So similarly, why to remain steady in Krishna consciousness in spite of ups and downs in your life? There is a science and there is a art. And that art is called as realized knowledge. That art is called as wisdom. That art is called as... What is morality and ethics and values? I will tell this and stop. What is the difference between morality, ethics and values? Morality is to know what is good and what is bad. For example, if someone knows that smoking is bad, he is a moral person. He knows what is morality. Meat eating is bad or drinking liquor is bad, he knows what is morality. What is the meaning of value? If a person knows that smoking is bad, but still he smokes, he is an unethical person. If a person doesn't know or doesn't agree that smoking is bad, he is an immoral person. But he knows what is morality, what is good, what is bad, what is right, what is wrong. He is a moral person. In spite of knowing what is good and what is bad, if a person takes to immorality, if he still smokes, he is a moral person, but he is still unethical. And what is value? Value is, it is very easy to know difference between good and bad. It is very easy to know the difference between right and wrong. But it is very difficult to know the difference between two rights and two wrongs. Sorry, two rights and two good. There are two right things. Which one to choose is very difficult. There are two good things. Which one to choose? Very difficult. I will tell you that sage story. He was chanting in his kutir. Suddenly a butcher comes and chases a cow. The cow goes this side. The butcher comes and asks, where is the cow? The sage has two options. To be truthful. Truthful is my principle. That is one right. That is one good thing. That is one. If he tells by being truthful, go here, then the cow will be killed. But if he lies here and says that the cow idhar aaya hi nahi hai, chalo udhar jao. So he is untruthful. But what quality he has shown? Mercy. Compassion. Yes, mercy and compassion. So what you will choose? Whether you will protect the cow or you will be truthful? Protect the cow. Depends on your value. What you value in life. What you value in life. So that decides what you choose. So this is called as what is your value system. What is your value system? Now, do you have to take, in Krishna consciousness, there are 5 things which are important. One is, वो ऐसे तो सब series है, सेवा, साधना, संग, सदाचार, everything is there. But I am telling you some different thing. One is your sadhana, very strong sadhana, in which chanting and reading are the very important thing. Chanting in Brahma Muhurt without break at a one stretch in one sitting in association of devotee, preferably in the temple. That is called as chanting. Without any break. एक बार bead bag में हाथ डाला, निकालना ही नहीं है 16 माला होने तक. That is chanting. Reading 2 hours Prabhupada books daily without break. And not that I eat 4 hours today and tomorrow, or because yesterday I could not eat, so I read 4 hours. That cannot be done. You cannot eat 8 chapatis today because you missed yesterday's meal. Or you cannot say that I will eat 8 chapati today and fast tomorrow. Today, no. Daily 2 hours. Second thing is, identify yourself with some strong seva. There are 2 types of seva. One is direct preaching and one is indirect preaching. Take up a seva which is related to direct preaching, or if you cannot, indirect preaching or assistance in preaching. So all sevas are classified into 2, preaching and indirect preaching. So you have to identify yourself with a strong seva, because only chanting and reading will not help you, because the mind is very, very disturbing. The mind is very, very chanchala. And चालू है ये, and बंद पड़ गया, चालू है, चालू है, ये भी चालू है, ये क्या था पता नहीं. So the mind is very chanchala. If you only ask him to chant and read, by other times it will not get engaged. So what you have to do is, you have to do seva. Even though chanting is the most important seva, we cannot chant 24 hours. And therefore our mind has to engage somewhere in the seva. When we are in the seva, we don't think anything else. There is no opportunity for doing nonsense. So another important thing in Krishna consciousness is seva. Third thing is your family and your profession. Your family and profession. You have to take care of your family and profession properly, because you cannot be an irresponsible person. If you are not progressing in your profession, if you are not taking care of your family, you are setting a wrong example. And you also have attachment and love feelings for your family, so you have to do justice to your family also. And your profession, if you do not give time to your profession, then what will happen? You will not. Fourth point is, you should have good money in your hand. Your financial management should be very good. We are not saying that your bank balance should be very good. That depends on who you are and what is your status. One may be very happy in 10,000, but one may be very unhappy in 10 crore also per month. So what you have to do is your financial management. Financial management has to be very, very proper. There is less finance, so you cannot live dirty. You can see that people in a room of 6 by 8. I have seen a person staying in 6 by 8 room. 6 by 8. You know what is 6 by 8? 6 feet by 8 feet. I have gone to his house. It was on a terrace of an apartment building, and it was chak-chak. Everything. Everything was there. Dining table was there, bed was there, kitchen loft was there. The loft was there, quota was there, storage was there, but everything was foldable and very nicely managed. So you have to manage your finances properly, savings, earnings, expenditures. For example, when to eat which sabji. When bangan is very expensive, foolish people buy bangan. I like bangan sabji, like that. When palak is getting 50 rupees, 50 paise, and tomatoes are 1 rupees 2 kg. But when tomato becomes 60 rupees or 200 rupees kg, they buy tomatoes. I like tomato bhaji. आज बैंगन नहीं खाते, बैंगन बहुत बोर हो गया अभी. So just example I am giving. So fourth is your financial management, and fifth is your health. Many devotees and many great materialistic people, professional people have lost their career because of health. So 5 things. Now we'll end this by saying why to practice Krishna consciousness, and there are hurdles. Why to practice steadily? So I was telling about Jnana and Vijnana. Jnana is knowing theoretically that I have to focus on my health, I have to focus on my family, I have to focus on my profession, that is financial management, I have to focus on my seva, and I have to focus on my sadhana. Top priority is sadhana. Second priority is seva. Third priority is your family. Fourth priority is the profession and money. And fifth priority is your health. Of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that over health, for devotees, even health is more important than sadhana. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. But still, these five. Now, knowing these are very important things, and all other things in the world you have heard under the banner of Krishna consciousness, is all jnana. Why to practice? Which answers the question, why to practice Krishna consciousness steadily in ups and downs of your life. But there is a vijnana. There is a vijnana. There is an applied knowledge. There is an applied, realized knowledge that is called as wisdom, and that is the art of practicing Krishna consciousness. There is a science of practicing Krishna consciousness, and there is a art of practicing Krishna consciousness. So that is called as Krishna consciousness in practice. Choosing between the two, material life and spiritual life, is very easy for devotees. Which life you will choose, material life or spiritual life? Spiritual life. So you are moral, that you know that spiritual life is very important, and therefore you should choose spiritual life. So we are moral. But are we ethical? Do we choose Krishna consciousness over material life when it comes to critical situations? There is a family gathering and there is a sannyasi lecture. There is morning program and there is nidara like that. So we know that morning program is important. No, Krishna consciousness is important. We know that prasad we have to eat only prasad, but there is when you go to a party and when there is a tempting rasgulla, we eat it. Because we are not putting Krishna consciousness in practice. We become unethical that time. That is Krishna conscious ethics. Business ethics hota hai na, it's Krishna conscious ethics. And thirdly, the values. We know we have chosen Krishna consciousness now. But in Krishna consciousness is right, and there are two rights in Krishna consciousness. What is two right? Your health is important, your family is important, your profession is important, and your sadhana is important, and your seva is important. Which one you will choose? Will you choose your sadhana or will you choose your professional meetings? And it is not that professional meetings, it is not like that. It is not wrong. It are the two rights. Professional meeting, that time is very, very important, very, very critical. Giving time to your family, your health is also very critical. That time, whether you will chant in the morning still or will you give priority to your health because doctor has advised. I'm not saying ordinary devotees, where there are ordinary sadhik, khokla ho gaya, khansi ho gayi, sardi ho gayi. I am talking cancer patient, heart patient, like that. Extreme example. That time there are two rights. Do you have to take care of your health when doctor has advised you like this? Yes? Yes. And do you have to chant in the morning? In the Brahma Murta? Yes. Which are this? What is the situation? Wrong and right or right? Right. Good. Right. So what you will choose? So there are ups and downs in your life. There are ups and downs in your life. And there is Krishna consciousness, remaining steady in Krishna consciousness. What you will choose? In spite of those ups and downs in your life, and you have to choose Krishna consciousness still. And choosing Krishna consciousness, बस प्रभु है कि हाँ मैं हूँ, प्रभु भक्ति में हूँ मैं, don't worry. जैसे वो शादी में आते हैं लोग, हमारे पास है ना, इवन डिवोटी सर्कल में क्या होता है कि जो नॉन डिवोटी सर्कल होते हैं ना, उधर किसी की मौत हो जाती है ना, तो वो जाते हैं स्मशान. इसको बहुत अच्छा नाम दिया है वैकुंठ. उधर जाते हैं ना, तो वो मुर्दे को जलाया जाता है उधर, और बाकी के लोग ऐसे गोल गोल सर्कल करके बैठ के पॉलिटिक्स करते हैं. क्या हो गया ये महाराष्ट्र इलेक्शन, ये अजित पवार के साथ करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए, लाइक दैट दे डिस्कसिंग द पॉलिटिक्स. दे हैव नथिंग. आप अरे मोहताज आए ना, हाँ आई एम देयर. So they are there in that cremation funeral, but they are not in the funeral. लोग शादी में जाते हैं, उधर शादी चल रही, गंगा जमुना सरस्वती च नर्मदा, उधर चलते रहता मंगलाष्टमी. और ये क्या है, वो हमारे पास वो बिजनेसमैन है 2 करोड़ का आया है, आपके पास दे भेज दो ये प्रॉपर्टी. अरे आप शादी में, हाँ आई एम देयर इन द मैरिज. So similarly, we come to the satsangs and we say we are doing our own work. Prabhuji, aap satsang? Ha, I am there in the satsang. Prabhuji, I am there in the seva. So sometimes when there are ups and downs in our life, and we are asked, devotees are asking, Prabhuji, aap ho na Krishna consciousness, ISKCON mein ho na? I am there, Prabhuji. Bas, we are just keeping somehow chanting all around. Din bhar chanting kar rahe. And we are following strictly the niyam of Chaitanya. Nityatrarpita, दिन भर chant करना चाहिए, 24/7. But problem is we are chanting those 16 rounds only. So what to choose between the two rights, between the two goods, that is an art. And that is applied knowledge. And that is Krishna consciousness, wisdom. And we have to gain that Krishna consciousness, wisdom. And then you will remain steady in Krishna consciousness in spite of those ups and downs. And how will you get that wisdom? By sincerity, seriously. No matter, even if Yamraj comes. Yamraj को बोलना है मेरे 16 माला नहीं हुए, याद रख थोड़ा दूर. Unless I finish 16 rounds, you cannot touch me. यमराज बोलेगा भैंस पे बैठ कर, यमराज यानी यमदूत आएगा, भैंस पे बैठ कर तेरे भैंस को डंडा मारू. वो क्या होती है? So, unless I finish my 16 rounds, you should not dare to touch me. Once one devotee in Kolhapur died of heart attack, and the news went to His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Radhanath Swami Maharaj asked him, did he chanted his 16 rounds for today? So before death comes, what we have to do? We have to chant. And even if Yamraj comes or Yamdut comes, of course for such a serious chanter, Yamdut will not come. But because we are in a show bottle serious devotees, so that's why even if Yamdut comes, that time we have to tell Yamdut to please wait, udhar hi ruk, mera chanting baki hai. Haridas Thakur told to the prostitute. We can tell to the Yamraj. If we have that determination of chanting in the morning, actually this sin will never come in your life. And you will not have any daring to tell to Yamraj or Yamdut ki ruko bol, wo rukega nahi aapka. Uska apna schedule hai. Lekin this point is to emphasize the fact that we give nothing in life any priority over chanting 16 rounds in the Brahma Murti. If this you are doing, how, why, all answers will Krishna will take care. So we have many anarthas. How many of you feel that we have anarthas? We have many anarthas. Some of them are yet to come. Some of them are already come. Some are in the seed form. Papa, you know, Kuta, Bija. Kuta means there is a thought, but it is very long. It has not got in the memory itself now. This is virus. This pap is a virus, which is on the other disk. Main computer disk पे है ही नहीं अभी. उसको जब connect करेंगे तो आ जाएगा. That is called as Kuta. Bija means now it has been transferred to your computer. Bija means that thought has come in your mind. Kuta means the tendencies. Bija means the thought. उसके बाद क्या आता है? Kuta, Bija. No, papam. Papam. Papam means then you commit the act. You commit the act. When you commit the act, what you get? The result is phalam. The phalam of two types, prarabdha and aprarabdha. Prarabdha means what you are suffering. Aprarabdha means, yes, the sufferings are about to come. Not yet fructified, but they are there. The sinful thought is not fructified, that is kuta. Fruitful thought is fructified, that is bija. Fruitful thought is committed, sinful act is not fructified, kuta. It is fructified, bija. It is committed, papa. Now the phala is two types. Prarabdha means already fructified. Aprarabdha means abhi aa raha hai, abhi aayega. And the aprarabdha will come in two forms. What are the two forms? Sufferings and tendencies. एक पाप करने से, दारू पीने से फल क्या होता है? दारू के दुष्परिणाम होते हैं, पाप लगते हैं. और दूसरा क्या होता है? दारू पीने की आदत लग जाती है, एडिक्शन होता है. इट इज कॉल्ड एज टेंडेंसी. दिस बिकम्स कूट. दैट इज अगेन कूट. सो डूइंग ए पाप मीन्स इंक्रीजेस दैट टेंडेंसी. So even if we have an urge to commit that pap, not committing that पाप helps because that will save our tendency developing. Tendency को तो खत पानी में डाल रहे. So we are all full of sinful aparad bhavanas. But if you do our whatever sincerity we have, little bit, that sincerity Krishna will take care. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. उपस्थित गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. See, I have kept it to recording. It is 1 hour exactly because I am a professor. I have the record of going to the class and coming to the class without watch, without notebook, without pen, only chalk and duster in those days. And I never heard the bell. When I am getting out of the class, the bell used to ring. And then later on, there were no bell. I never saw my watch also. वो 1 घंटे में हो जाता है कैसे भी तक. Yes, any questions? No, what I am doing, I am criticizing myself that I am a professor. I will not stop. You gave me 40 minutes, but I am not stopping before 1 hour. Yes, any questions or we'll stop? Yes. No, please don't ask how questions.
Yes, I had a question regarding astrology. So, like when astrologer was there, he saw some dosha, Kal Sarpa dosha and Kundli. So he was telling you should go to some Shiva temple near Tirupati. So to rectify it.
Nashik they say, Trimbakeshwar. Okay.
Tirupati is there. So he has many types of Sarpa dosh. So according to that, you
What
have
is
to
the
go
question?
there. So the question is like, but I was telling him it is demigod. Should I go to demigod?
This is a very personal question. This is not a Krishna conscious principle question. Prabhuji is asking, there are, Kala Sarpa dosh. Kala Sarpa dosh और एक होता है नागबली योग. नागबली भी सुना है? नागबली. So they ask you to go to some Shiva temple, and here in Maharashtra they ask you to go to Trimbakeshwar and do that. If that is going to help in Krishna consciousness, do that. We are doing a karmi job. Is it allowed? No. But we are doing it. Why? Because helping in Krishna consciousness. Gopis went to Katyani temple. Why? Because to beg Krishna. तो काल सर्पदोष अगर चला गया आपसे तो जल्दी शादी भी हो जाएगी आपकी. नारायण नागबली नहीं उसमें लिखा है, पता है, कर लो, करना है तो 3 दिन का रहता है. 1 घंटे का विधि होता है, 1 hour विधि and 3 days. You have to stay in that dham. And one beautiful thing about it, you don't have to eat onion garlic those 3 days. That is what they say for the karmis also. Yes, any other question?
Prabhuji, in this regard only, like I was discussing this point with many devotees. So,
but this answer, do it, is my personal opinion. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Don't make it a universal law.
Yes, Prabhu. So regarding that only, now you answered the question. Actually, Prabhuji, I discussed with many devotees. Some means I got 3 perspectives in that. First was that like we say when we chant Hare Krishna, all our means apraram phalam papam kutam, everything is gone. So as soon as we start doing devotional service to Vishnu or Krishna, at that time this all nothing works.
Okay.
But 3 perspectives. The first was like we are not that level, means we are not chanting up to that level that these all things will not work on us. That our chanting is very weak. It is not pure chanting. Second thing it was that like Krishna will take care. Even if once a person is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he's nothing will work on him. Means even if a karmi person, means it is the prowess of Hare Krishna Mahamantra that even if it is once chanted, then it is these all things are not going to work. And one
Not
more
going to work.
means this pap karma and all, means we say that we are in the association of devotees and we have Kanthi Tulsi Mala and we have deities, means we are living in temple environment. So this pap what all previous means we are in direct control of Krishna only. All these other things are not going to work on us. This was second. And third one was that this what you said, that this is going to help in Krishna consciousness. So even if it is working, then if we do this, it is going to help us in.
What was the first one?
First one was that we are not to that level, so we should do it, follow whatever.
And second thing is, because we are doing this, Krishna will take care of us.
Yes.
And third is, do whatever is favorable.
Good, favorable to Krishna.
Okay, so what's your question?
So what is the means? What which perspective is good according to you?
Situation, your level, situation. There are three types. There are various types of heart troubles. In what heart trouble you say they have to do bypass only, or one heart transplant only. Another heart trouble you say bypass ही करना पड़ेगा. Third heart trouble is they said that angioplasty करना पड़ेगा. Angioplasty means just put some strain and stain and do that. And in some cases only medication will do that. Block will go by medication. Right? So not that every patient who has a heart trouble has to be operated by transplant. So such a situation comes in Krishna consciousness. If we are ready to fully depend on Krishna completely, and then after dependence on Krishna, material problems will come in terms of health, interpersonal relationship, family problems, professional problems, and so on. We still suffer them without any grudge or complaint, and still go steadily in our Krishna consciousness, like Japadaga Swami Maharaj. Right? Then we can do that first. That we are doing all these things, Krishna will take care of us. But we are not, they say, what is the difference between a Brahman and a Brahma Bandhu? A Brahman is the one who has the qualities of a Brahmana. And who is a Brahma Bandhu?
He is born as a Brahman, no quality.
He is connected to a Brahman. So we are not devotees. We are not Bhakta. We are Bhakta Bandhu. We are connected to Prabhupada. That's all. In no way we are Bhakta. We are Bhakta. We call ourselves Bhakta. We criticize those Brahmana who wear Janua and do not have Brahminical qualities. We say these are 25 पैसे का जनवा पहन के खुद को ब्राह्मण बोलते हैं. Just beadbag और कंठी और तिलक लगा के हम आपको डिवोटी कहते हैं. So we are like that only. So Ashwatthama was not a Brahman. He was a Brahma Bandhu. So similar, we are not devotee. We are devotee Bandhu. So अभी ये जो है, तो because we are not devotees yet, Krishna will still take care of us, but we do not have that faith. And he is not obliged to take care of us. Because in some cases he will take care, some cases he will not take care. Like for Haridas Thakur, he took care. But Pandavas, problem came in Pandavas' life. They were banished to the forest. And he also, in the same life of a same devotee, in some cases Krishna helped the Pandavas, in some cases Krishna didn't help the Pandavas. When they were playing the game of dice, everything was lost, including Draupadi was lost. Krishna didn't help that time. But when Draupadi was disrobed, that time Krishna helped. So in the life of the same devotee, Krishna is helping him sometime and Krishna is not helping other time. So are we ready to accept that? Krishna's duality, Krishna's dual behavior. Are we ready to accept? If we are ready to accept that, then please believe that we are devotee with kanti, tilak, chanting, hearings, association, everything, and whatever comes to my life, I will accept it as mercy of Krishna. Then go ahead. Then second, what was the first one you said?
First one was that we are not to that level.
So we are not that level. If we are not that level, then we have to do our own arrangements also by that time. Right? Krishna will make arrangement of your food. Krishna will make arrangement for that chiti also. Right? But when you are going for yatra, Krishna may arrange for prasad. He may not arrange. So if you are not believing, then pack your prasad. And don't pack just chapati and that achar. Pack chapati, paneer, rice, pulao, biryani, sweet, rasgulla, samosa, kachori, everything. Because if Krishna arrange, Krishna will arrange khichdi also. So, because we are not up to that level, it doesn't mean that Krishna's protection is less. A pure devotee and a neophyte devotee, Krishna's protection is the same. But the way Krishna protects may be different. Like Kauravas he protected, Pandavas also he protected. Pandavas he protected by saving them, Kauravas he protected by killing them. But it may happen reverse also in some cases. For Vitrasur, he killed and saved. And Indra, he saved and saved. So it is not that Krishna will behave in the same way. But Krishna's protection for a neophyte devotee and a senior devotee, pure devotee, is the same. But a pure devotee is one who understands Krishna's protection in every situation. And a neophyte devotee is a grudging devotee. क्या है कृष्णा यार मैंने भरोसा डाला तेरे पे लेकिन. And pure devotee does not demand anything. A neophyte devotee start demanding to Krishna. A pure devotee only demands, if at all he demands, is the pure devotional service. A neophyte devotee demands material possessions, material enjoyment. So, there is no difference in Krishna's Krupa Kataksha on the devotees, irrespective of whether he is a devotee or a non-devotee. Forget neophyte and pure devotee. Pure devotee and a pure non-devotee. Krishna's Krupa Kataksha is the same. What is the difference? The difference is in the reception, the perception about Krishna. So yes, we are not pure devotees, so make our own arrangements. And in making our own arrangement, that third answer comes. If Krishna is going to give me a good wife, if I believe that, then I have to wait. Krishna will send me. And if he doesn't send also, I have to remain bachelor also. Not brahmachari. Brahmachari is different than bachelor. Brahmachari is voluntary. Bachelor is forced. Like Atal Bihari Vajpayee was a brahmachari or bachelor, I don't know. So we have to accept that. I was telling this, what was I was telling this last point? Brahmachari, why I gave this example?
Krishna sends a
Krishna sends a wife. Krishna sends a wife if we are dependent on Krishna. But then we should accept if he doesn't send also. We have to understand not sending a wife is my betterment. Kauravas didn't understand that killing is better. They were complaining as Krishna till the end. But Vitrasura understood that killing is a mercy of Krishna. Because he told to Indra, I am going to go to Vaikuntha, you are going to rot here only. So, Krishna's mercy is there for devotees. They understand it differently. Non-devotees, they also understand differently. It is not all examples are there. And now Krishna doesn't have only science in his Krishna consciousness. Do this, I will give this. He has an art also. He decides what to give or what not to give. And it is like your faces are all different. Your faces are unique. देखो ना, सब आदमी के face है ना. Even dogs' faces are different. Dog होते हैं dog. Dog के जो face होते हैं, face समझ रहे ना? Face are different. If you thousands of dog Pomeranian, you have thousands of Pomeranian dogs. Their faces are different. We cannot make out because our vision is limited, but their faces are different. So similarly, Krishna's mercy is different to all of us. Does that answer your question? And if you don't believe, then make our own arrangements. With the hope that we will believe in Krishna's arrangement sometime. I make my own arrangements. Because I do not have that faith. और जो हाथ में नहीं होते भी कृष्णा के ऊपर डिपेंड रहेंगे. So we are very shrewd. Badmash, Labad, Dambis, chapter. Any question or we'll stop?
Now, what point you said? I was discussing with one brahmachari a few days ago that like some Maharajas, pure devotees, they say that just dance in Guru Puja and don't care. But some they say that in the morning you should take care of your health. So it depends on us only, like how much faith we have.
Yeah, correct. Yes. Value system.
Yes, values.
What is the other you said? Don't dance, take care of
Krishna will take care. You just dance in Guru Puja, don't care. Means Krishna consciousness is the main duty.
Whether you value your health or Krishna consciousness, that decides.
So it depends on our faith only.
In the name of practicality, we do many things. कोई practical रहना चाहिए, health का care लेना चाहिए. Krishna consciousness is not practical. It is practical. But we justify by saying that material life is only practical. Like that. So what you said, you got this. What is your answer then?
So he said that it depends, but up to it is up to us only. First of all, he said. Then I asked him his point of view. Then he said that of course we should what we can do is that we can adjust. Like suppose balance. Like suppose Bhagavatam class time we cannot change, but we should attend the class. But chanting 16 rounds, it is optional for us. Like we can get up a little early in the morning, half hour early in the morning. We can complete our rounds early, and then we can go and exercise half an hour. That way we can do. Or else, if that is not possible in the daytime, 4 or 5 rounds we can chant in the daytime. So it depends.
Or we can
on us.
exercise early.
Exercise early. That we can do.
Exercise early and chant in the association of devotee.
Yes.
There is a solution to everything.
Solution to everything.
Yes, any other question or we'll stop?
Actually, you should try for some time, and then if you're feeling good stuff, then you should take care of ourselves.
About solutions.
Yeah, first we should try to depend, and if you're not able to, it's too much haunting us, and then
Yes, that is right. Or you can take Krishna's permission and do it, even though you don't permit. Because he will never say, yes, go ahead, welcome. So we should try, pray to Krishna and do it. अगर अपना एक फोकस है ना कि हमको भक्ति अच्छा करना है, तो do everything at this level, whatever is favorable to that. Allowed things में से ये न केन प्रकार है ना. If suppose there is if I am supposed to do नारायण नाग, 3 दिन का मैटर है, मिटा दो उसको, तो 4 साल दिमाग में रहेगा, तो प्रॉब्लम आएगा. But it is true, huh? There is something like Nagbadi and Narayan Nagbadi, and then Kala Sarpadosh, they affect the people. 90% of the people have in their patrika. Those who they see the horoscope, they will पहिले बोलते हाँ तुमच्यामध्ये नागबळी आहे, Narayan Kaal Sarpadosh आहे. Do it. Don't tell devotees. Because those who are not suffering, they will say क्या कर रहा है यार, कृष्णा पे डिपेंड. वो जाने के बाद खुद जाके आएगा. जैसे होता है ना हस्बैंड और वाइफ का क्या होता है, हस्बैंड वाइफ में सबसे बड़ा झूठ हस्बैंड का क्या होता है मालूम है क्या, कि वाइफ को क्या पूछना है, उसको बोले ना कभी प्रभु जी डोनेशन दोगे 1 लाख का, हाँ दूंगा ना, आपकी वाइफ को नहीं पूछना, उसको क्या पूछना है. दिस इज द सबसे बड़ा झूठ है हस्बैंड का. और वाइफ का सबसे बड़ा झूठ क्या है, माता जी 1 लाख रुपए डोनेशन देंगे, हाँ देंगे ना, तो दीजिए ना, अब मैं प्रभु जी को पूछ के बोलती हूँ. आपको नहीं समझा जो, ठीक है, यू आर नॉट मैरिड. एवरी हस्बैंड हैज टू आस्क हिज वाइफ, बट इन द पब्लिक ही सेड दैट वाइफ को क्या पूछना है. ए वाइफ डजंट आस्क द हस्बैंड एनीथिंग, बट इन द पब्लिक शी विल से हस्बैंड को पूछ कर बोलती है, लाइक दैट. तो सिमिलरली डिवोटी क्या करते हैं, वो खुद आता है ना तो करके आते हैं चुपचाप, और दूसरों को जब सलाह देना है तो बोलते हैं डिपेंड ऑन कृष्णा, कम ऑन. Of course, that is right. His advice is right, but his practice is not right. But okay, it depends on person to person, because ऐसे advice देंगे तो फिर उधर राधेश्याम प्रभु को न्यूज जाएगा कि रात ने बोला है कि काल सर्पदोष करके आएंगे. What I am saying is that suppose one person is getting some muscular pain or everyday headache, we have to depend on Krishna or go to the doctor. Doctor is a demigod? He is not a demigod. Still we are going to the doctor. No, Shiva is a demigod. काल सर्पदोष है हमारे पास, अभी ट्रबल कर रहा है वो, कृष्णा पे डिपेंड रहो या डॉक्टर के पास जाओ. कौन डॉक्टर है काल सर्पदोष का? शिवा, जा क्या हो. You will go to a doctor for a headache, to a devotee doctor. Maybe our Setapadya Prabhu. You go to a demigod who is a devotee of Krishna. Shiva. The Shiva, Ganpati and Parvati, they are not ordinary people. They are very great people. हमारे ISKCON में बहुत क्रिटिसाइज किया उनको, गलत है, बहुत रॉन्ग है ये, बहुत ग्रेट है ये लोग. Shiva is not an ordinary person. Very great. He is a planet in the spiritual world. I heard Ganpati also has a planet in the spirit. Somehow now we have misunderstood. Demigods पे Chandra, Indra, Varun, like that. ठीक. ग्रंथा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, उपस्थित गौर भक्तवृंद की जय. Of course, that is very high level of philosophical understanding that we don't have to even depend on Shiva. What to Shiva? We have to don't depend on the Krishna also. Depend means not in a negative tone, but Krishna के इसके लिए मर्सी नहीं मांगना है मुझे. आश्लिष्ट पादरताम पिनष्टमाम, तो बहुत हाई फिलोसफी है. आपको अगर ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं तो जाके आइए. किसी और को सलाह, आपको किसी और के लिए पूछ रहे तो उसको बोलिए जाके आइए, मेरे वाइफ का फोन है।